good whatever time of day it is there. It's 4:11 in the morning on the 17th day, 10th month, 2022, and I believe we've finally seen a bit of honesty coming out on Windy. While I also seen some dishonesty, radar data being left out, a whole hour's worth of radar data just shut off. Look at the totals they've got coming. Right, this is a catastrophic event over 5 days. There's half as much as you have on 10 days. That means this is a long, super duper sustained flooding event, unlike anything you have ever seen. Anything you have ever seen. This is gonna make February look like a walk in the park. You're about to see a flood like you would see in Bangladesh. In all the pictures, you are about to be the poster child of what they'll say is climate change. They're come for your houses. This is a land grabber. This is, oh my God. I was up working, and I do work at home. This is, oh my God. You see this? Pay close attention if you're in Ipswich. You're fucked. There's a lot of towns with confluences of rivers that are going to have a memorable time. I'm trying not to be negative about this, but I'm very upset to see this. Buna, do you see what you got here? The confluence where a lot of drainage is going to come from these mountains. These neighborhoods are in great danger. You have a low valley, so uh, react to this forecast. React to this data being given. Brisbane, Tweeds, all this down here. This total here, it could go up, or you give yourself a swath of about 40 miles, and it could be down here. Could be down here. I think this is a lie. I think this total is half as much as what it should say. The inundation of your coastline is about to occur. There's only one thing that could hold that off, and that's a spinner off your coast. But all the indications show that your stuff's coming from here, meeting something here, and it's come up over here, and you got two of them coming. I told you there's another one coming right behind this. This is diabolical geoengineering usage. It is definitely not within the spirit of even what the experiments are sold to be allowed to do. Do you think that 14 centimeters is a nice thing to see in mountainous areas? That is deadly. There will be deep water in many towns. We'll learn that name before this is said and done. My God, I don't want him to be on here tonight. These waterfalls are in danger. They keep having falls like this. They're going to crack edges off and make new rivers or the new falls. And well, Mother Nature will take back what's hers. But when you exacerbate these situations going on in the world with atmospheric heaters and chem, and flabbergasted. And this is all within the line of the chem that we've been showing for days. Okay? All of it. Now I'll show you what some of the other ones say on your D-days here. This is when Queensland starts for real. What you're getting up here right now is just your typical tropical, afternoon showers and such that would naturally happen. But over the next 24 hours, you begin here in the NT. You've already started. And again, this corridor below Tennant's Creek, which I have shown the minerals of. You got leads there and other ingredients to make batteries. You have gold here. And well, where there's gold, there's greed. And this swath above Alice Springs is, again, very easily kept that way by next right here, next right here, next right here, and here, and one down here to make a corridor of easier flow, if you will, the path of least resistance. And over 2 days, the whammo, you've gotten it. High, have it on the outskirts of here. But this could be here. You think they're getting that right? Do you think you're being honest? Do you think honesty's occurring? This one don't give you the toe. This just goes straight to the 3, and it says, yeah, Roxby Downs. I told you days ago. Whew, not going good again. But I'm sure by now you're old hat at this. You know what to do. Get your sandbags done. If you're up in some of these areas up here, get your sandbags done now. You have some time to react. Yep. Pay close attention to this forecast. I'm going to be zipping all over. You see what's coming in 10 days. They breaking that hill. Will there be a hill left with all the water runoff? I wonder these things. What a sluicing of the land going on now. Look at the totals outside. Can't bear it. Right? That's, if there's any snow left up there, that stuff's gone. So add that. You know, from 2.6 centimeters to the whammo. A whole coastline inundation. Inundation. The trough gets it, this gets it, and a big spread. So the big impact of the moisture coming from the tropics meeting the cold air having its turn out to sea's happening here. And these radars, well, will be expected to be turning off at certain times. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I was watching down here, this storm going across. And I was on the 6-hour feed right around here. It just disappears. Right, I go from the timestamp of 4 hours and 19 minutes ago, right, and to 4 hours and 3. Now, what in the absolute? To 4 hours and 3, right? But then look, watch. There's nothing going on. His radar goes off, and he's saying, "Hey, hi, we're back." What did they do? What went on? Well, was there a beaming event? What in the absolutes? You know, when you hide the guilt, it makes you look guilty. Right? And information is hiding. That's hiding information predictably. When we come on and say, I bet the radar is going to turn off, and it does, well, that's telling you there's an agenda that's clearly being seen by private interest groups, these philanthropists who you're about to find out, though, the biggest lie ever told. And it's leading to murders. Even that laughing face up there knows what I'm talking about. You're going to find out. I don't want no spoilers on this one. No spoilers. Necktie party should happen when look at you see how they thought anybody over here did the storm just suddenly go away? Hi, there's no storm. Here's a timestamp with nothing. And then whammo. Hi. Liars. There's a liar. And it's called governance. And the governmente really means to control the mind. Mente, mind. Govern, control. Got any questions about that, or did you not take Latin? Latin. Dun, 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 dun. The Blue Oyster Bar. Got a bit of a hook trail going on. I'm going to go to the 1 hour. I need to see something. These are very fierce. All right, Rod, you're not there. I don't look at satellite for a minute. Nope. We got no device pointed out over here. Sorry, I know somebody's got some stuff. Got heavy EMF down here. Look at that. Yep. Getting fried. Welcome to Australia. They fry you in the metal detector coming in. They fry you on the land. They fry you in the pan. Right in the pan. You just be sitting on the toilet getting fried with a 5G phone in your hand. Getting fried on the pan. Is that what we're going to call the toilet now? The frying pan. Bzzz, and you got lots of bombs going off. This is just a basic quick look. But these accumulations are very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. And the lightning you guys are going to see is, some fantastic pictures. Right there, take some pictures, please. It's dramatic. It's going to be very dramatic. A lot of drama going on. Hey, Guilty Grafton, maybe you're going to get a new radar because, boy, are you going to get swamped. Grafton, fucked. It's a long sustained event. There's no time for the water to go down. There's no time for the soil to dry out. And meanwhile, that's going to sell a lot of headache tablets, I imagine. The depression pills must be up high right now. The Prozac off the chart, which is really just concentrated fluoride. So I hear. But you don't know what's in something. You just trust what's on the label. Well, when you got a bunch of snake oil salesmen and they sold your town out, what do you do about that? When you got companies that'll sell weather events, what if everybody bought the same storm at the same time for the same area from different companies? Could possibly go right. Our weather should never be for sale. You cannot hide from the sky. And we have to share it with everything. And I don't think we're doing that very well right now, especially this week. This week's gonna make February's Lismore flood look like a walk in a park with wet ankles in the dough. You guys are really fucked this time. This time they went too far. And you go out to find out. How greedy can a land grab get all at once? Well, why don't they just get the bayonet and poke you in the back and make you build the new city? And get it over with. Quit torturing the land and the animals, because your totals over the 5 days after on the second batch that's coming from Africa. This is common. This is the tendril. This is a lot of water. And look what's up here. You think that ain't coming your way? Look what's here. Look what's here. Look what's here. Fiji. My God. Right? This is very, very bad. There's going to be posters out there. Ah, the globe is warming. No, they've chem-bombed you. They spray you when you're sleeping, 'cause they know you're not awake. Wake up, people, and smell the coffee. It's burning on the stove. If your sky smells like farts in the morning and it wasn't you, and you lived alone, you know some sulfur's going on in the atmosphere, and it makes acids. Acid rain then forms, and it defoliates the world. We found this out in the 1970s with the Clean Air Acts and stuff that have been shredded worldwide to accommodate more poisoning by corporations, which run amok. And that's the true elephant in the room that nobody sees, is the corporation that's run amok. That's the elephant that's running amok. Yep. And you let it happen. How? By buying their products. If you know a corporation is poisoning the world, why are you buying their stuff? Why are you helping them? They got you thinking water's bad everywhere except in their little can. And then you'll be smarter if you drink a smart water. You know what they'll be? You won't be any smarter. Okay? You'll just be less thirsty. Okay? And if you could accept that fact, you just got smarter. And it's not going to be very mild over here. And the Poon-Carry's not going to be, it's going to be the wet poontang. Wang, bang, sweet poontang for nobody. And well, Wagga Wagga looks like you're in the break zone. I don't think so. Maybe that's just where the water's going. Nah, man, it's going here. Oh, we got an upside down crest here to look at. That's the airport. Yeah, but the guy on this hill doesn't see that from that direction. Yeah, I was looking at this town earlier. Yeah, you're fucked. All the locations is this string of towns right here, might I have a problem. If this isn't a low-lying area, you're going to get cut off from your supplies. So make sure you got your stuff. That looks like a bowel, intestines, or something blocked up. It needs some mag oxide. Over 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, 30, bomb. Yeah, you're fucked. On the fucking meter, we're going to have to add some numbers. Because we've run out of fucks this year. Oh my God. There's getting near a half a meter of water showing here. Right? And most of that's coming all in the second event. What the fuck? If they got... This dam's going to go. I'm sorry, there's no way this lake is going to take it. If you're downstream or any of the river that goes down from this dam and they have not let the water out yet, get the fuck out. This is a get the fuck out warning for anyone down from this dam. I don't trust this. This fucker's gonna go. There's no way the bankman's gonna take this. It's not designed to have this many of them in a row. Oh my fucking God. All this go in here. That one's going here to go in there to go. Oh my God. This is. You see what they can do? You see what we let them do to us? We're funding our own demise with people funding programs like Bill Gates that funds stratospheric injection of shit. I showed you this on other shows. Go look. He does. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation fund many geoengineering programs, including the ones that I show as chem bomb platforms on balloons. Right? Scope X, he funds this shit. I blame him, first off. And I blame this scientist called Keith has the nerve to call himself a scientist. A scientist shouldn't want to do harm. They should have a Hippocratic oath too, instead of lying with their statistics like a bunch of hypocrites, because they're so worried about getting the next grant so they could go out and eat some fucking posh meal and take a picture, a selfie of it, while people like us are on the bones of our ass. It would be 4:30 in the fucking morning, showing that they've done something terribly wrong to you. And I guarantee you I'll cover all the chem later. This is just we have got to show this. Isn't this disgusting? Are you disgusted yet? I am disgusted. I hope I've got you on alert now. Are you prepared? Some places you're not going to have time to get the fuck out of. You're already inundated. There's nowhere to go. But you have some time to prepare. Make sandbags. I mean, even a sheet rolled up. Throw it on the ground in front of your door. Pile up the sand on it and roll the biggest joint or cigarette out of it and lay it in front of your door like one of those things that blocks the draft. You could do this. Just get some sand, dig a hole in your yard. Put it back later. Some people have some dry sacks ready for some emergency workers. Let's be ready for them because they're going to have some problems. Let's do this. We could do this together, right? We don't fear shit. You're Australia. Put your fucking backs into it. Wipe your fucking brows. I don't think it's going to be very sweaty, though. But you go on out there and you learn who your neighbor is. And you make friends with people again. And you shake hands again and smile at each other again and realize you got to pitch in for something a hell of a lot bigger than a lion wearing a mask. You now go pitch in with your neighbor for the survival of your very community and the lifestyles and traditions of your hills and your mountains and your plains and your farms and your animals. You open up the gates to those fucking pastures now. You get hay out there on a higher ground now. Otherwise, I'm going to have terrible images to deal with. We must do this together. You just go open the fucking gates. Don't trap kangaroos in your pastures and shit that are live animals. You get those gates open because you don't know what Bill Gates has planned next. That is a diabolical man. Wait till you find out what he did to you. You guys you're going to grab your pitchforks and torches then, I guarantee it. Because you're Australia. You're all not the lucky country. You earned what you got. And other people said you was lucky. With your hard-earned graft and your smart sense. Show me what you got, Australia. Australia! Do it. Big love. Peace.